For this negative 2, it's repeated 3 times. Negative 2, so to the left. So the answer is negative 6. Now, if you have 2 negative signs, from the note you can remember that. If you have same sign, the answer is positive. 2 times 7 is 14. That's it. For this one, take care. Can you remember from the last session that when you ever see this, it means positive? This is positive 4 times negative 5. What's 4 times 5? It's 20. And we have a negative sign, only one negative sign, so it's negative 20. Or in another way, if you have 2 different signs, the answer is negative. And if you have 2 same signs, the answer is positive. This is the multiplication rule of signs. So as we said, negative 15, negative 6, 14, and negative 20, the answers of the last questions. Now let's talk about the properties of the multiplication. First of all, if you multiply or if you find a product of 2 integers, for sure the number or the answer or the product must be integer, like the 2 numbers we multiplied. Now for the second point, commutative. The property of commutative, it means if you multiply a by b, you can switch them and you can multiply b by a. Like for example, 3 times 2, it's the same as 2 times 3. They are equal. Now for number 3, we have associative property. Associative, it means if you have a times b times c, how you can multiply 3 numbers together? You can start with the first 2, finding the answer, then multiply the third at the end. Or you can start with the last 2, then multiplying the first at the end. For property number 4, can you remember when you have additive identity? Additive identity, it means if you have 5, for example, you need to add a number to be also 5. So 5 plus 0 is 5. So 0 is the additive identity. About multiplication, we have multiplicative identity. For example, if you have 5, how you can multiply it by a number to be also 5? For sure, multiply by 1. So the multiplicative identity is 1. At the end, we have something called distributing multiplication. What is the rule of this? If you have a number, like for example 5, multiply by 3 plus 4. Take care, this one, it's not like this one. Here we have 3 numbers multiplied together. For example, 2 times 3 times 4. You can start with any 2. Even you can start with 2 times 4, which is 8, then multiply this 8 by 3, which is 24. For multiplication, just take 2 and leave the third one at the end. But here, you have, yes, multiplication sign, but the other 2 numbers, we need to add them. We have 5 times 3 plus 4. Let me write this question here to be more clear. Now for this question, we have something called distributive property or distributing property. It means you need to distribute this number here and here. Why? This 5 is multiplied by the brackets, and we have inside the brackets these 2 numbers. So that means 5 multiplied by these 2 numbers. So we have 5 times 3 plus 5 times 4. That is the way of solving this question. Also, we have another way. You can start adding them first, which is 3 plus 4, 7, then multiply 5 by 7. This is right and this is right. But you have to know this more and more because we will use it today. So if you have A times 2 numbers plus each other, it means A times B, like this one, plus A also times C, like this one. What if you have subtraction? The same. It means A times B minus A times C. This is called distributing or distributive property.
تقدر تتابع كل دروسك على تطبيق مدرستنا بلس. مدرستنا، المستقبل يبدأ الآن.